Okay, so we're gonna find the product of these two imaginary numbers, 2 plus 3i are two complex numbers. Sorry, the number 2 plus 3i times the number 4 minus 7i. Now, there is a explicit rule that tells you how to multiply complex numbers. Just, what I'm saying is there's a formula, but I'd rather do it using the properties that we have when we're foiling things out, which we could do here. And I mean, foiling is technical for polynomials, but it actually works out the same as you get the same result as it gave you that rule. So I'm going to go ahead and start by taking 2, multiplying it by 4, it's 8. Then 2, multiplying it by minus 7i, that's minus 14 in I. So we multiply the two numbers together and could just attach the I. And then we have 3i times 4, which is 3 times 4, 12i. And then last but not least, 3i times the minus 7i. 3i times minus 7i would give me a minus 21, and then I squared. Okay. So because I times I is I to the second. We will go ahead now and simplify. The minus 14i and the 12i, you can think of them as two like terms. They're two purely imaginary numbers which you can add. And minus 14i plus 12i is a minus 2i. And then we have the minus 21i squared. The 2i now and the 21i squared, one thing I want to mention, these do not work together. They go together, they're not like terms. A lot of people think, oh, they both have an I, so no. Because the negative 21 has an I squared attached to it. That by default, because it's a different exponent, it doesn't go along with the 2i. So what do we do? Well, here's what we do next. By definition, I equals the square root of negative 1, which in turn means that I squared equals minus 1. So we will replace the I squared with negative 1, and that's always going to happen. So whenever you see an I squared, then replace it with a negative 1, and you get 8 minus 2i, and then negative 21 times minus 1 is a plus 21, and you get 29 minus 2i, adding the 8 and the 21, and this would be your final answer. Your final answer has to be in the form a plus bi when you're working with imaginary numbers. Complex has to be the real part first plus the imaginary. That's just our default way of writing it. All right, thank you for your time.